I'm Sara Beth with Aging in Place Transition Services. We're a senior move management company, and I'm here today with Susie and Kathleen to talk a little bit about Susie's move and how we were able to help Kathleen. Kathleen, would you like to tell us a little bit about you and your company?
Well, I'm Kathleen Evers with K. Evers Interiors. I have been a full-service, high-end interior design company for over 30 years. And so I enjoyed working with Susie to help her transition from the home she had been in for several years and to move over here to the Bellamy Tower.
And how did you all know each other? I think that's what's interesting.
Well, I have known Susie for, my goodness, probably about 30 years.
Or more.
Or more.
And how long were you in that home?
46 years.
And it was a lovely, very contemporary home.
Yes.
Yes. A beautiful home. And who moved in there after you moved out?
My children.
That's right.
That was so good.
So the relationship from being friends for many, many years, and then Susie also, in leaving her home, was giving it or selling it to her son. And that part I think was pretty interesting too. So we were trying to help on both sides of this. Kathleen called me about coming in and helping Susie, but on the other side we were also helping Trish move into the home, who we've also worked with as a realtor. So some of the questions that I had were for Kathleen first are more about business relationships like we have. Why would you call a senior move management company, in particular us, but also just generally, and how does that help you in working through your projects with your clients?
Well, one of the hardest parts of this job was combining Trish's furniture, existing furniture, Susie's existing furniture, and things that she had to leave at her existing home before she moved here, and really combining the two styles of furniture and keeping the things that we knew we would move over here, but there were certain items that were almost white elephants. They were gorgeous, but they wouldn't fit in here. And Sara Beth knew where to take the items for consignment, for donations, and so if I had to handle that, plus to do all the renovation and interior design work, I think it would have been way over my head. And so you really helped get all those items.
So it's a team.
We
always say that it's a team effort. It includes the client as well as part of the team, because you're going to tell us the things you want, and sometimes Kathleen or myself is going to be working backwards from want to need and then trying to figure out where it all works. And my background in interior design is how I knew Kathleen. Primarily I had done renovation work, which also made this unique because this project was also having renovations done to make it work better for Susie. And she had some wants there that had to be accomplished. So we were working around a contractor schedule. We were working around a move date and schedule for her son, and then working around the typical project as well. So it was a pretty complicated approach. But in the end, Susie, how did you feel that we, as a senior move manager, helped you?
Well, I think you took all the pressure off of me as far as the move itself and the physical part, which I could not do.
Mm-hmm.
So that was great. And Kathleen, I couldn't have done without.
Well, so much of it was that all of Susie's beautiful things needed to find a home here in her new environment. And we didn't want her to feel like she was totally displaced, and she wanted to have the same feel that she had in her home that she'd been in for 46 years. Mm-hmm. But we had to figure out a way to hang the artwork in unique places. And Susie, you were awesome, by the way, because you just let me put the art where it felt like it needed a home. That was so nice of you for me to be able to do my design work, and I think it all worked out.
It did.
And this environment is very different from the contemporary home she was in. So you can't recreate when the environment is so different, but at the same time you're bringing with you the art and the portraits and things that you love. And I thought you did a great job in getting everything set up and doing that. And I always love to admire from afar when all that's being done. And I really enjoyed working with Susie. I think she enjoyed our team. They enjoyed her. Sometimes there were crisis days, others not, but when Chris came, that was a big help your daughter in helping us with the final cleaning out of what we were gonna bring and not bring. And I think I've had at least one phone call from Susie looking for something, and I think she's learned that what I do is figure out who unpacked it in that area and call them, and then we usually find it.
I felt like it was so organized, and the boxes ended up in the right rooms, the unpacking part, oh my goodness, I don't think we could have done it without your team. And you placed out all the fine accessories that I needed to do my work with, so I could put them in the right place, and oh my goodness. And plus you had started to pack way early on in the process, even though the construction may have been delayed a little bit, you were living out of boxes for a while. But because everything was so labeled and so well organized, you were able to get through it fairly painlessly, I would say.
And we never know when we're working with a client exactly where we're going to put our personal things, where we're going to have our lunch or our snack. Susie had the greatest patio. And so everybody knew where they were gonna eat and a place to break out and get outside, and it was very enjoyable. And she was always so gracious about, here we are with our stuff again, and here we are in your space again. She was in there a little bit longer. This got drug out a little bit longer because of construction, so we weren't with her every day. But that also gave her time to process and sort a little bit longer. And I think overall, I'm going to do some photographs next, and we'll post those on the site so that you can see some of the finished product. But it is a lovely home. I think it represents you beautifully.
Well, thank you.
And we enjoyed working with you.
Very happy here. Yeah.
Thank you.
You girls did a good job.
Thank you,
you.
Susie.